Yo, what's good? What's good? What's good, man? To all of the viewers and the listeners out there, man. Yes, man, we are here with the dope ass conversation, man. Uh, I the first episode, man. I wanted to give you guys, man, just a little bit about me. Uh, Again, I got some incredible guests lined up, man, that we'll be having some powerful conversations with. But I just want to give you guys a little something about myself, man. So, man, stay tuned, man. We're gonna have some amazing guests for sure. I sent out a poll to a couple people that I know, man, and I asked them like, y'all, what's some of the things that, man, y'all want to hear? What's some of the things that you want, man, to be discussed, man, in these conversations that we're having, man? And of course, I got a lot of answers back. And man, for this first episode, I'm just going to give you guys a little bit more about myself. Someone said, man, that Mike, man, we just want to know a little bit more about you, man. They're not in the same state as I am, and they were like, man, we just give us something, man. Give us a little bit more about you. So I was like, okay, cool, we could do that. So man, I'm just here to tell you about your man, about your boy. I'm from Memphis, Tennessee, born and raised in Memphis. Man, I grew up in a church going family. Man, my mom and my dad split when I was at a very early age. Man, and man, my mom was man, she was definitely the rock, man, to me growing up, to my family, to my brothers. When she raised, man, me and my brothers, man, along with two of my cousins, all in the same house, man. Throughout the years growing up, man, I just like, man, my mom is definitely, man, my rock, man, raised on some principles of life that I hold to this day, for sure. It definitely has, man, instilled a lot of things in us, man. My grandma and granddad didn't play the radio, y'all. They did not play the radio for sure. They did not play the radio. My mom did not play the radio, man. I was the child that, man, took a lot of beatings for sure. I got into a lot of trouble, even growing up as an early teen. I got into a lot of trouble, man. I was attracted to the things that, man, a lot of our young people are attracted to today. Man, I was attracted to the street stuff. I was attracted to, man, like stuff that, like, I wasn't necessarily raised on, but I was raised around, and I just took a liking for, again, the unproductive things for sure. Got into a lot of trouble. Currently, I am, man, married. I am married, man. I have five wonderful children. Man, my oldest two are in college right now. I have an angel, man, that looks over us. Man, Micah looks over us for sure. My daughter Micah, man. My oldest is my daughter Madison, then my son Mitchell, and then I have a daughter Michaela, man, that's in Atlanta, man, in Georgia, with her family, her mom, man. And then there's Maverick. He's one. He's one. So like, man, the oldest is 20. And then I got a 1 year old, man. So they go from 20, 18, 14, Angel, 1. Uh, Man, I'm married to Shantae Mosby. Man, we've been married 5 years now. Man, we definitely like have enjoyed this ride so far. Man, it's been a great thing, man. I actually, like, man, I'll talk more about it, and I'm gonna get her to be one of the guests for sure, man. Like, I'm gonna get her to be one of the guests for sure. Because we met, man, we connected at a cigar lounge, man, here in Memphis. And man, so yeah, we connected, and I was like, yo, I want to get that. I need that. And man, got that. Got that for sure. But I have her as a guest, man. We could talk more about, man, our marriage, our relationship, our connecting at the cigar lounge, man, the whole shebang, life in itself. We have experienced some very traumatic things since, man. But we be rocking together, man. We be rocking together for sure. Uh, Now life has done a number on us, but we could dive more into that, man. I'm definitely gonna have her as a guest for sure, for sure. How did I get into cigars? Funny story, like, man, funny story. So Man, I'm a musician. I'm a musician, and man, I've been fortunate to play drums, man, professionally for a lot of situations. I've been fortunate to lead a lot of situations, been music director for a lot of festivals and concerts and things like that. And I had an opportunity. I had an opportunity. I had just moved back to Memphis. I lived in Atlanta. I lived in Atlanta. I just moved back to Memphis. I think I was here back probably a year, and um, I had an opportunity to go overseas and man, as a music director for man a cruise ship. Uh, we were going to be gone, man, 4 months, making some really really good money doing what we love. My first time overseas, I was very man. I was very excited about the opportunity that was before me. Uh, man, lit. But I'm gonna tell you what happened. So, like, we in rehearsal, man. It's like 2 days before we leave, right? We in rehearsal. So, like earlier that week, man, this was like Thursday. So earlier that week, like Monday, man, we all went over to cross town, up the street, around the road, around the corner, man, 2 hours away, and we man went and got our passports. So I left the office thinking that like everything was all good, man. They told me we was good, we were straight, man. And they told me like, man, yo, you get your passport, man, the next day or two. So I'm excited. We get back to Memphis and we having rehearsals, and man, I'm finna go on a cruise on a tour for 4 months. I'll be overseas, man. I'm turned, I'm lit, I'm all those things, right? So man, we're in rehearsal, dead smack rehearsal, man, and I get a phone call that says, man, uh, your passport has been denied. Like, what? It said your passport has been denied. Uh, man, been denied because of child support. And this was 2012, 2013. Been denied because of child support. And I was like, what? I was, so told the director of the cruise at the time, I was like, yo, I got an issue with child support, man. I need to go see what's going on. And man, check this, man. He was like, okay, Mike, man, it's Thursday. We were leaving that Saturday. And I'm gonna give you to 12 o'clock Friday the next day. And he was like, man, go take care of your business and see what's happening. So I went to the child support office here, and crazy, like, man, they told me I had to come up with $10,000 in order for me to be clear from my man for my passport. And I was like, the hell you mean I gotta come up with $10? And I'm knowing I have this is like 2 o'clock Thursday and I got to 12 o'clock Friday. And I'm like, this is this what? So needless to say, man, I should scratch my head, figure it out. And of course, I called people, man. I made moves. Uh, this before I came up with make moves that count, but I made moves that count, man. I tell people to this day, man, I scratched my elbow against the concrete. I scratched my elbow against the concrete, and one of the scratching of my elbows against the concrete was my one of my good friends, man, Snoop. We called her Snoop. She was like, you need to go down to the cigar bar, man. Ask for man this certain person, and just man, see if they can help, man. They big on helping young black boys, like yourself, man, young black men like yourself, and man, just go make the connect. So I went down, and man, I met with man, I met man, his name was Kier. I met Kier, and I told him, man, yada yada yada, sent me down here. Snoop sent me down here, and man, this is what I got going on, and of course, he tried to pull some resources together. They couldn't, man. And he was like, man, you should come back and have a smoke with us. Come back and have a smoke with us, man. I was like, okay, man, I'll come back. I'll come back. But I need to take care of this business. Like, man, I hope it all work out. I hope to see you soon, young brother. Like, bet. So I went I went and I scratched my elbow against concrete. Came up with the 10 bands. Came up with the 10,000. Uh, and I got a call from one of my partners who was with me at the time. He's like, man, yo, they just called me for the gig, for the cruise. Like, what? Like, yeah, man, they just and the dude at the time, man, uh, that was over it. He he as the young people say, man, that man capped in my face so hard, man. I went to him and with my partner that was standing right there, man, who they called for the joint. He's like, I ain't trying to like, you know, and of course this is my partner, so I'm like, bro, like yeah, I need to handle this, but man, if the opportunity be for you, like man, hey, then it's meant for you. But man, I'm standing right there with my dog, standing right there across from the director, like, yo, I'm about to run to child support office and take care of this business. About to take care of this business. Man, he like, man, I didn't think you was gonna come up with the money. And I was like, man, here's I put out the envelope. That's my partner, man. I got 10 stacks right here. Right here. So, man, needless to say, he said some other stuff. We already did this. We already did. We'll get you on the next round. And man, granted, like I said, I scratched my elbow against the concrete. So man, some of the money I had to get back. So I couldn't necessarily go and man pay man for what was needed for me to pay if I wasn't necessary finna be gone, like on tour. So I had to get some of that money back. And I man, bro, I was devastated, man. I was devastated, bro. And I was just like, man, maybe I should take that man up on his offer. So I went to LA for a couple months and then I came back and I went to the cigar bar, man. And you know, I was weed smoker. I smoked Black and Miles at the time. You know, I never really got into cigars, man. But man, first I started with acid cigars, and but I definitely man, I went back to the cigar spot and man, man, I started connecting with people, man, and I tried a couple of cigars that I think I would like or whatever. They started me with an infused cigar, and man, I was like, okay, cool. You know, I was like, okay, cool. This is pretty cool. But the ambiance was lit, man. The ambiance was very nice. The ambiance was incredible, man. It was just different for me coming from Atlanta. Moving back to Memphis from Atlanta was a different transition all in itself. But finding this spot, man, then I found out it was black owned. Then like it was a different experience, man. It was a different experience. Man, that was 2012, man. I've been smoking cigars since. I'm smoking a Drew Estate Tobacco right now. Uh, it is my go-to cigar, man. It's the Dolce, man. It's a Toro. But man, I love this stick, man. This is my stick that goes well in the mornings with me when I have coffee. It coasts me throughout the day too, man. It coasts me throughout the day too. But this is anybody know me, man. I know that Mike gonna get a tobacco for sure. Uh, I also smoke, man, Padron 1964 Natural Anniversary Series. But man, right now I'm smoking a a tobacco, man, Jewish State Tobacco Dolce, man, Toro, man. It reminds me of coffee and toffee put together. It's just it's that. It reminds me of that. For me, man, the cigar culture has been it's been good, man. It's been good for me. It's like a network within itself. It's like a society, man, of people that have a common interest. Uh, and cigars is the common interest, man. Like I've connected with some of the most amazing people ever, man. Smoking cigars, man. I've been fortunate to do a lot of business with people, man, smoking cigars, man. I run a nonprofit organization, Raising the Bar Community Development. It's my nonprofit, man. We're doing amazing work in the city of Memphis, man, with young black boys. I'm also, like I said earlier, I am a music director, musician, and man, when I tell you I have connected, man, some dots have connected for me because of cigars. Man, some dots have connected for me because of cigars for sure. Uh, and for me, I tell anybody, it's not everybody's thing. It's really acquired taste for people, but it's like find what works for you. You know, find your palette. Find what works for you and your palette. Like find it, man. Stick to it. It's every individual that smokes cigars is them smoking at their own pace, at their own beat, at their own tone, at their own way, at their own everything. I'm passionate about family. I'm passionate about loyalty. Uh, I'm passionate about like excellence. I'm passionate about the work that I do, man, with the community. I wear a lot of hats, man. A lot of people try to figure it out, man. How you do all these things? Even some people try to criticize me, right? Well, I think you do too much. Man, that's what you think, bro. But it worked for me. Uh, but I'm very passionate about. I'm very passionate about, man, the works of the community, seeing our black people, man, our young black boys, man, like have better opportunities, man. That's what fuels my fire, man. I'm of course I'm passionate about family. I want my kids. My daughter texted me the other day, man. She had something going on, and we was talking back and forth about it, trying to figure it out. Man, she said, man, I channel my inner Coach Mike. Man, that done something for me. She said, I channel my inner Coach Mike and got it done. She said, I channel my inner Coach Mike and got it done. I was like, man, that's that's it. That's it, man. That's why I do what I do. That's why I get up every day the same way to try to uh man, just be the best I can be. Listen, man, I am far from perfect. Man, I make mistakes, man. I make choices that aren't the greatest at times. Uh but I'm passionate about, man, like getting up and trying again, getting up and going again. That's how I came up with Make Moves That Count. My passion is doing the things that count, like figuring it out, being told no, and get to the and getting to that yes, man. Man, just I can have this philosophy, man. Taking all the lemons that people give you in life and make orange juice. That's what I'm passionate about. Being the underdog, being underrated, being underestimated. Like I'm passionate about those. I'm passionate about, man, just getting to the next, man, doing what's next, doing what's best. Like for sure. My passion has led me to my purpose, man. I learned a long time ago, like some of the things you most passionate about, it's probably connected to your purpose. And that made sense to me, man, maybe like 5, 6 years ago. Like, man, why I'm so passionate about this? Why do I care, man, if a young dude walking with his pants sagging, man? Because that's connected to my purpose. Like, I want us to win, man. Like, I want my people to win for sure. Like, man, especially black people, man. I want us to win. I'm passionate about us. Man, we wake up every day with some kind of target, some kind of mark on our back. But like, man, I want us to win. I want us to win.